G'day everybody. I want to talk about now why would someone change numbers in paperwork? This will relate to a bill of reading. But why would someone change paperwork in a document? Well, sometimes businesses change paperwork in documents all the time to get through something. So they might change that someone didn't do so many hours. They might change that someone did more hours to get benefits and stuff like that. They might also do it because they believe they're getting scammed, and so they scan the system back when it comes to the system. Why a lot of people do things to the government system is they believe they're getting unfair, and when you get unfair, you do things back. There's lots of ways in the system that works like that. When people don't get their job done, they don't have to pay. So they'll be saying, well, I'm not paying for that. It wasn't done properly. It wasn't done with the contract. I'll see you at court about it then. If you want the pay, as I'm going to tell you that the job wasn't done and you left half of it and rah, 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 rah. And that's why I didn't pay you, or that's why I only paid you half, as the job wasn't satisfactory to the contract. Huh? And no one would listen, so I just did it. People do that all the time. So when it comes to people doing the wrong thing, or changing numbers, or changing paperwork and all that kind of stuff, as we hear all the time people are doing, is you need to look at why they changed. Should the loophole be fixed? Is the system at fault of why something happened? Did they do the right steps? Because if they didn't do anything, nothing would have happened. Right? Is those steps got them to go, well, if they're holding the money back on us and not going to pay us on the job, we better finish the job? Is that what happened? What happens when people do certain steps and changes? You know? Is it just because they want more? They had no reason. They got the job done and the other people don't want to pay them? That's no good, right? So, but if they got a reason for it, and they got say, well, the government was doing this and I couldn't even have a business open to pay the government, so I had to do this little trick here, so I had a little bit of profit so we can keep going the next year, and at least they got some money instead of no money, because if I didn't do this, this wouldn't happen. And why can't I do it when we see everyone else do it? When we get told one thing by, if they don't pay us the full product, we don't get the have to do the full job. We don't have to pay for the full product and things like that. And so I didn't. And so they'll say, well, I get to keep the job and see at court if they've got a problem with it, right? But as long as you've got a reason, you should be right at court, right? Even if you've done wrong. Sometimes you do wrong to make sure things get brought up and happen, right? As I've tried to show in a few different ways. Sometimes that can backfire at you. It can take longer than what you think before things come out the truth, before they realise what's going on. And that's why we have court. And sometimes things get sorted out behind the scenes, where the person comes in and goes, oh, fucking, I'm just going to finish the job, because I know if I go to court, it's going to cost me money and I'm going to have to finish the job anyway. So can I get away with just finishing the job? Can we talk? Can we work something out, right? Before we go to court, because I know court's just going to cost me money and I'm going to have to do the job anyway, and it could even be bad enough where they're going to pay even more money, right? And that's just what happens. And so if you're a bad person, then you're just going to get a bad outcome, right? Because you're the only one that's did bad. But if you've done bad because someone else did bad, right, and then they try to take you to court, well, you can mention the bad that they did, and that's how you can get something to happen. Because they'll go, oh, yeah, that's right. Why didn't they fulfill that contract, right? That's why someone might have done this. Besides also helping themselves, they've also got and been short of money or whatever. That's why they didn't want to pay extra, and they wanted to see things and make sure things were done before they paid off the rest. It's as simple as that. And if they felt like they're getting scammed and waiting for a job, well, perhaps after they go to court and it took all this time, they don't have to pay anything, because it all shouldn't have happened when you have proper communication and things done rightly. You know what I mean? And if things are done rightly at the start, perhaps other steps wouldn't have happened. You see, people wouldn't have tried. People wouldn't have had to do it. Huh? But if it's all about money and greed, of course, you can get in a big trouble whichever side you're on. But things happen all the time when it comes to that kind of thing, hey people? Anyway, have a good one and see you later. Even people set up people with that kind of stuff. If someone's got something against someone, they'll go look for something. The government's good at that. You see people go in, they start finding all these ridiculous things that they might have done. So they want to find out the people know about it. So that they show that they can't do their job or something. Oh, you can't let him do his job. Oh, he went to a horse place. Oh, they can't do this job. He had marijuana before. Oh, he can't be able to do his job. He end up using loopholes like the system used that he end up finding out about so he can get in. Oh, that's even the best one, that one. You put him in for sure on that one. It's good that he did all that. At least he learnt something too. Right? So it depends on how you look at things. You see? But the people that keep doing the wrong, keep fucking around, and they're in the wrong, well, what do you think is going to be the outcome? When they don't want to learn. Because when you're doing the wrong, they're the ones that got to make up. They're the ones that go, oh shit, we don't want to go to court, let's make a settlement. Because they know they're in the wrong, and they should do that. It's probably best in a lot of those cases why they do it than go to court. Anyway, have a good one. And that's why we all speak. It's why God gave us language. It's what got us connected in the first place, is speech. And so hopefully we don't lose that. So we can get to agreements and understandings without have to take the next step. The next step's always meant to be after trying with speech and doing these steps first. But people want to seem to skip certain steps and just go straight all the way. The first you got to try. You got to say, this is what's been going on. You got to ask. And then some people might even say you got to push harder. And in some cases you can if you want something done. But if you don't have to do it, you don't have to push. You push a bit, you show your point, like a lawyer do, and then go, see you later, mate. I'll be back to see you to show you can't do your job. There's your push. Alright? And anyway, have a good one, everybody. And when it comes to, if you ever do anything wrong, make sure, like I said, that sometimes you do need to show a point by doing a little wrong that you shouldn't do to you can feel good and to know that you're getting some justice as well by holding half their payback until the job's done or the job's starting to get satisfied. And if it comes to, like, say, rental and people not doing their jobs and rental, some people hold rent back, and there's all sorts of things, but it all depends on the laws that allow you to do things. And sometimes people just have to do things too when it comes to that, and ring up and complain and go, well, why should I always have to do this? Why should I have to do that? Why in the end am I end up doing this and then I have to go chase up for that? Right? So if everyone's doing the same thing, you expect the same thing to be done onto them, isn't it? It becomes a game, a circle. And the only way to stop that is to do proper communication and do your sectors right. And then there'll be no fight. And if the sector's been done right, well, there shouldn't be a fight, otherwise they're just scammers. Simple as that, isn't it? And scammers always just want money, don't they? Have a good one, everybody. See you later. And when things get done wrong, what state of mind were they in? And was it their job? And were they there to help people? Because all those things really do matter for the decisions that were done and actions that were taken. Have a good one.